Police sirens echo through the dark as officers rush toward a brutal crime scene where a woman was attacked moments earlier, under flashing red lights. Investigators uncovered chilling evidence revealing this was not random violence but a carefully planned and executed ambush. Witnesses stand frozen in fear after watching a masked attacker drag a woman across pavement before disappearing into the night. A quiet neighborhood turns into chaos as police tape surrounds the area where a violent attack exposed a hidden story of obsession. What seemed like a sudden parking lot assault quickly revealed a terrifying truth of years of control, manipulation, and a deadly final plan. Police sirens cut through the night as officers rushed towards scene. Flashing red and blue lights painted the buildings while neighbors watched silently nearby. A quiet neighborhood suddenly turned into an active crime scene. Officers stepped out quickly, scanning surroundings as tension filled the cold evening air. Moments earlier, something violent unfolded in that dim parking lot. Witnesses stood frozen, struggling to process what they had just seen moments before. A large man dragged a woman across rough pavement. She fought desperately, clawing ground, but his strength completely overpowered her resistance. Two bystanders rushed forward, trying to stop the brutal attack. They closed distance quickly, hoping to pull her away from the attacker safely. The attacker reacted fast and pulled out pepper spray. He sprayed directly into their faces, forcing them back in sudden pain instantly. Their vision blurred as burning chemicals filled their eyes. They staggered backward helplessly while the attacker continued moving without hesitation forward. Suddenly, the screams in the parking lot stopped. An eerie silence replaced chaos as a car engine roared loudly nearby. The man dropped the woman and jumped into his vehicle. He sped away into darkness, disappearing between buildings before anyone could react. Keys and belongings remained scattered near the entrance. Witnesses didn't realize they had just seen something far more calculated unfold. Emergency responders arrived quickly and secured the entire scene. Investigators began analyzing every detail, expanding search into surrounding residential areas immediately. Attention focused on the building where Anastasia lived. Inside stairwell, signs revealed someone had been waiting there patiently for hours. Cigarette butts and sunflower shells covered the concrete floor. Empty bottles nearby suggested prolonged presence. Someone sitting there without moving long. A plastic bag contained disturbing tools for planned crime. Inside were binoculars, tape rope, and equipment clearly prepared for abduction beforehand. This was not random, but carefully planned attack. Every item collected pointed toward preparation, patience, and deliberate intent behind actions. Surveillance footage confirmed a suspicious man visiting nearby store repeatedly. He bought alcohol multiple times, returning again toward the apartment entrance area. Investigators realized this crime was premeditated, not spontaneous violence. A pattern formed showing calculated behavior leading up to the final brutal attack. To understand motive, they examined Anastasia's personal life deeply. What they uncovered revealed years of pressure, control, and hidden psychological manipulation. Anastasia was 26 years old and hard. She balanced multiple jobs daily, supporting her children and managing financial responsibilities alone. She worked as caregiver at local preschool. Her days started early and ended late, leaving little time for rest. She also built income through beauty services at home. Additionally, she worked extra shifts at stores to maintain financial stability consistently. Her husband, however, struggled with stable employment consistently. From outside, their life looked normal, but reality was far more complicated inside. Financial stress and debt silently grew over time. Anastasia carried responsibility alone while trying to maintain an appearance of stable family. Their relationship began years earlier under unusual circumstances. What seemed like persistence was actually early signs of dangerous obsession growing steadily. He followed her daily without permission or invitation, even when rejected. He continued watching her silently from a distance, persistently. He crossed boundaries by placing items in her belongings secretly. What looked romantic actually showed he could access her private space anytime. Her mother noticed and became concerned about the situation. She confronted him directly after seeing him constantly following them outside daily. He introduced himself and declared serious intentions immediately. Despite discomfort, he continued pushing forward, ignoring clear rejection from Anastasia completely. Over time, pressure blurred line between fear and affection. His persistence created illusion of loyalty, masking underlying control and manipulation tactics. Eventually, Anastasia allowed him into her life fully. She believed commitment might stabilize his behavior and make everything feel normal again. Instead, the control only became stronger and tighter. His manipulation deepened, limiting her independence and shaping her daily life entirely. After military service, control intensified within relationships significantly. She moved into his family home, losing privacy and personal boundaries gradually. Marriage followed quickly, leaving her with little choice. What felt inevitable became a permanent structure of control around her life. Years passed quietly before aggression finally appeared openly. The first violent incident happened suddenly over something small and insignificant. He reacted with rage and struck her unexpectedly. Her mother witnessed it and immediately forced him out of the apartment. Despite everything, Anastasia later forgave him again. She believed her child needed a father and hoped the situation would improve. From that moment, silence became part of her life. She hid bruises and maintained image of normal family for outside world. This silence allowed his behavior to escalate further. He realized there were no consequences, strengthening his sense of control completely. He had training in combat and tactical restraint. Those skills translated into control, intimidation, and calculated psychological pressure at home. Over time, fear replaced any remaining sense of safety. Even his own family began fearing his unpredictable aggressive behavior increasingly. After returning from combat zone, aggression intensified further. He lost control, leading to dismissal from service due to dangerous behavior. Without structure, his actions became even more unstable. Alcohol and substances worsened his condition, increasing volatility inside the household significantly. Anastasia lived in constant fear of his reactions. He monitored her constantly, treating her like target rather than partner anymore. Financial problems added more pressure to already unstable situation. Debt increased while he manipulated finances and took loans in her name secretly. She discovered debts but chose not to report. She still hoped to save marriage despite growing danger around her daily. Meanwhile, his behavior outside became reckless and careless. He acted single publicly, ignoring responsibilities while she struggled at home alone. Eventually, Anastasia decided to file for divorce. This decision triggered extreme escalation in his controlling and aggressive behavior immediately. He called constantly, demanding updates about her location always. Any delay resulted in accusations, jealousy, and emotional pressure without pause daily. Violence escalated publicly during confrontation at a cafe. He attacked her in front of others, choking her before being stopped forcefully. Even after reporting, response from authorities remained limited. No serious action was taken, leaving her vulnerable to further harm continuously. Threats became more direct and frightening over time. He threatened severe harm, making it clear she was not safe anywhere anymore. On final day, she felt sick but went to work. Financial pressure forced her to continue despite illness and exhaustion building up. She completed her shift and prepared to return home. She spoke with family normally, unaware danger was already waiting nearby, silently. Inside building, he waited for her arrival patiently. The moment she exited elevator, he launched his planned violent attack instantly. He used pepper spray to disable her vision completely. Then he attacked with knife, forcing her down and dragging her outside forcefully. Witnesses tried to help but were stopped again. He used same chemical spray, preventing them from saving her in time. She fought desperately, but he overpowered her again. His actions were controlled, deliberate, showing clear intent behind every movement made. 17 stab wounds were later documented by experts. The injuries were severe, targeting vital areas with extreme aggression and precision. By the time help arrived, it was too late. She took her final breaths before anyone could save her life. There he fled scene, but witnesses noted his vehicle details. Police quickly located and arrested him within short distance from crime scene. After arrest, he claimed emotional distress defense immediately. He denied planning, despite overwhelming evidence showing clear preparation before the attack. Later, legal developments created unexpected controversial outcome. A legal mechanism allowed suspension of case after military contract was signed. This decision shocked victim's family deeply and painfully. Violent crime resulted in freedom instead of long prison sentence expected. Her children now live under care of grandmother. They remain emotionally affected, carrying trauma from years of witnessed violence inside. The case left questions about justice and system failure. A calculated crime ended without full accountability, leaving family in uncertainty forever.